You know, sometimes you leave your barber with shorter hair. Sometimes you leave your barber with shorter hair and a movie recommendation. Did she come through or do I need a new barber? Coherence is a suspenseful, character-driven sci-fi thriller set in a suburb of Los Angeles. A comet soars high above suburbia as 8 friends gather for a dinner party. Among the few key players, we have a struggling actor who likes to get a little friendly with alcohol. I mean, don't we all every now and then? But this particular character gets a little aggressive and has some very volatile tendencies. There's a silver, short-haired naturopath who basically likes to cleanse her body with all the herbs and spices you'd probably find in a Grimm Brothers fairy tale. Plus a little ketamine, because, you know, for funsies. Then we have the husband of the naturopath, whose brother is a professor of quantum physics and will conveniently provide an amazing plot device that will both explain the supernatural event and provide a core piece of the conflict in the movie. And of course, we have the slutty one. And finally, we have the main character, who is a struggling ballet dancer who's been burned by rejection and her own indecisiveness, which she reckons with later in the movie. As these friends gather around just for a nice warm meal, a comet flies overhead and the power goes out in the neighborhood, except for one house. And everybody's like, they must have a generator. Not a bad thought. Soon after that, other strange events start to happen. Number 1, someone randomly knocks on their door. They open the door. No one's there. One of the guests at the dinner party also gets his car window smashed in. A brand new car that he just bought. It's like, what the hell? It is LA, so what are you gonna do? After all these really abnormal events happen around them, they think to themselves, all right, we're gonna go check out that house that still has its power. They investigate, break in, and steal a mysterious box because it's going to be really helpful to the mystery of this plot if they do. The box contains each character's photo with a number on the back. Now, at this point in the movie, I'd say we're about a half hour in, and this is like peak intrigue right here. You go to a random stranger's house, you steal this box, and inside this box, they've apparently kept photos of you and your friends with a number on the back. What the hell? So they start wondering what to do. How do we figure out what is going on? They do what any good student of the game does, and they go to the library. They start looking for books. Now, they're in an actor's house in the movie, so this guy, you know, he ain't exactly Hermione Granger. Doesn't really have any books lying around about quantum physics. But enter the guy whose brother is a professor in quantum physics and has a book in which his lecture notes reside about this very subject. Where is this book? In the backseat of this character's car. How you doing? Keep it moving. The book explains a quantum physics theory of alternate realities, which our characters may or may not be experiencing with this comet flying overhead. From there, the movie grapples with each character's reaction to being in one of many realities, and the consequences of each character's volatile behavior and how that affects each one of these realities. Eventually, the story unfolds to the point where the viewer is really unsure of which reality they're watching. Things get so crazy that some of the characters start wondering if they unwillingly got a dose of Karen's ketamine. What is life without that one friend in the group who may or may not have drugged everyone? I've got to say though, for a B movie with a $50,000 budget and a crew of less than 10 people, I've got to give it to him. While the movie does get a bit convoluted toward the end, I actually think that that is the precise effect they were going for, given the nature of the event that occurs. In the end, the ballet dancer, who was sort of burned by her own indecisiveness, finally decides to take matters into her own hands. Disastrous consequences be damned. The script for this movie was written in 1 year, but the movie was shot in 5 days. I think this movie is a great example of how a good script and a director who knows what he wants can work with almost any budget. I give this movie 3.5 stars. I recommend that you give it a try if you're looking to kill 90 minutes one night. I was entertained. My barber keeps me as a client. It's a win-win. But that's it for this review. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.